Companies must have a structure. Company structures must have a designated person for certain tasks. Each person in a company matrix is required to communicate to one another to inform other team members of progress and concerns. The construction industry has many issues that derive from the planning stage of a project. This presentation is meant to get you in the mindset of properly planning and communicating inside the company matrix. We will discuss what the company matrix is, what proper communication entails, and the issues and benefits associated with proper planning and communication. I want everyone to know that the lack of planning and communication on projects are the prime causes of safety issues. Some causes have shown employees can become injured due to another company's negligence or improper communicating. When improper planning and communication does not happen, there can be many consequences. This could cause financial faults on a project, safety citations from OSHA, which is Occupational Safety and Health Administration, and the possibility of jail time due to an employee becoming injured. Communication and project planning. The basic company matrix in a construction industry pertaining to certain projects usually consists of 1, a project manager, 2, a supervisor, and 3, the supervisor's crew on the project. Proper project planning entails. In the construction industry, a project representative, usually a project manager, will go look at a project with a customer. This is when the planning stage starts. That project manager should ask questions about the customer's schedule, site accessibility, safety concerns, and scope of work. Many construction sites have multiple tasks being completed at one time. In many cases, companies are working on top of each other to complete their projects by scheduled due dates. Yi Kuji, author of Scheduling-Based Risk Estimation and Safety Planning for Construction Projects, writes that hazardous locations and high-risk time periods can be effectively predicted if safety management and scheduling are coordinated. This is planning at its finest. Oftentimes, though, when companies are working over each other, there can be issues. Communication plays a large role when many tasks are being completed at the same time. Mr. Khan, author of Management Guidelines, writes that communication planning is a major impact of the outcome of the project endeavors. This means all communications needs to be compiled into an understandable format for all levels of the construction site. The information is communicated to the field by upper management. The field must receive the information and execute the request. He also writes that the sender is responsible for making that information clear, unambiguous, and complete so the receiver can receive it correctly. The receiver is responsible for making sure that the information is received in its entirety and understood correctly. The sender, upper management, needs to clearly state what needs to be done. This receiver, the superintendent, will take that information and relay that to the field crew for execution purposes. If this is not performed correctly, there can be issues. Some causes have shown employees become injured due to improper planning and communication. When this happens, there can be many consequences. Improper planning and communication can result in an employee becoming injured or possibly even death. In New York City, there was a situation where an employee working for Harsco Construction died due to improper planning and communication by upper management. Would you like to tell someone that you contributed to a life being lost due to improper planning and communication? I don't think so. Thomas McMillan, a journalist for the Wall Street Journal, covered the Harco story. The employee was digging a trench that was not shored properly. The employee was told by a superintendent that he needed to continue working inside the trench to meet scheduled deadlines. Other employees expressed their concerns about him working inside it. This employee did not consult with the management about the hazard. The employee ignored the other employees' concerns and began working inside the trench. The trench was not shored and the ground around the employee collapsed. Not only did the company have to explain the death to the employee's family, they also were convicted in a court of law. Harsco Construction was convicted of second-degree manslaughter, criminally negligent homicide, and 3 counts of reckless endangerment in the second degree. There are many consequences if an issue is not arise and properly planned and communicated. The impact of proper planning is crucial to the company performing work Proper planning starts during the estimating phase. We discussed how the correct questions need to be asked between the company requesting the work and the company performing the work. This will help be better prepared for the hazardous situations the crew may encounter on the construction site. The superintendent must also be able to notice hazards on the construction site. The superintendent must notify the employees of the existing hazard on the job site as well as upcoming hazards. The information must be delivered in a way that is understandable for each employee for their safety. The employees must understand and retain the information so that they can prepare themselves to work in the hazardous surroundings. If any link of the communication chain is not executed properly, there can be large impacts to the project schedule or the financial outcome of the construction site. There may even be judicial penalty impacts to the company, as seen in the Harsco case. Proper planning and communication will assist with success of a project. Knowing how to control a hazard through proper planning and communication with all levels of the project is one of the major keys for success. Next time you are about to start a project, I hope you will have a better understanding of why proper planning and communication is essential.